And since everything else is already configured, we should be good to go. We should actually, maybe throughout this session too, just depends on what stuff is used and which sounds you have already downloaded in Sirenscape. But if not, no big deal. We'll just go through and test some later. So, ready when you are.
Alright, sharing the map of your guys' manor back to you. Let me know when you got it. Because I believe you guys had left off here essentially and were contacted by the guild recruiters was the last thing that happened, right? During the last, week or so of business.
Think so, yeah.
Okay. And in that time, I know this is something I needed to retroactively do anyway, about a bartender. So obviously you guys weren't going to be doing that. Now, if you guys want to, you can absolutely have Woody be seen and known, but it's your guys' choice if you want to do that or not. I mean, might scare some business away, might attract people you don't want, but I mean, still, it's up to you. And Woody doesn't care. He just thought you guys wanted him to stay quiet. So
I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not really concerned about it scaring people away. I don't expect it to be, a huge money-making thing anyways. If it's a small amount of passive income, so be it. It didn't cost us all that much to begin with.
I think just a regular staff with just some weird happenings would be kind of nice.
All right. We got to pay for that, though. So, I mean, that comes out of our profits, too, whereas Woody would be essentially working for free.
Yeah, Woody does work for free. So if you guys did want to hire another bartender, then that's who is standing there. That's Sancho, and he always announces himself, or introduces himself as that. He always says that I am Sancho. He pretty much speaks in third person all the time. So, and he's not actually. That token is just makes him look like a fat bald guy, but he's not. He's actually in perfectly fine shape, a human male, in his 20s. So, brown hair.
I haven't gotten anything yet. Did you share, did you share the map or anything yet?
Yeah, it did it. Actually, I didn't.
I didn't get anything. I didn't get an error either. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting an error.
I forgot to share it.
All good.
Sorry, so that token's sitting there. And then obviously Woody is visible if you want him to be, I'm sure. I mean, if the little happenings are going to happen, I'm sure Sancho probably has an idea that there's a ghost around anyway.
Yeah.
Did you guys tell him?
I mean,
if you guys are going to let him
if that's the route we're going to go, obviously we would let any staff know, and then probably, instruct them not to tell any patrons, so that the patrons can keep it as a fun little interest thing that happens to them rather than something that they're actually aware of. Don't want them telling others, that kind of stuff.
Alright, so Sancho does know, or basically knows, and he's not worried about it. Again, he's not your regular fat bartender. He's actually in shape, and he's done some adventuring himself before. He's good with daggers. So.
Did he take an arrow to the knee? Is that why he stopped being an adventurer?
He might have.
I'll pop a cap at Sancho.
As long as he doesn't practice Santeria and he's got a crystal ball, then I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he does. He's not really into the dark arts. So Sancho, with you guys, the bartender, he's been there with you guys. I'm sure, throughout the week were interviewing people, and he was your best choice for some odd reason. So he's okay with, ghosts and giant lions just running around in leather armor looking like fish. So.
Okay.
He's not a fish.
He's a big fish. He's a gay fish.
But he does bark.
Yeah.
And when he barks, he spits bees at you.
Yes, he does. And during that time, too, let me see. There was, you guys had another visitor. Let me add him to the thing here. I forgot to get a token for him, but either way, I will just steal one of these other tokens. So, oh no, there he is. Yes. Let me make it bigger. Can you guys see that token on there?
Mm-hmm.
The guy in the purple gloves. Okay. He comes into the bar and he goes into. Actually, he comes up to the bar itself and.
We need to use a proper map, G, because this isn't intended for it's fine for this session, but grab a real map before the next one so that we have it.
Okay, probably just use one for maybe just the bar area, because that's what you guys would do, or find one for this exact thing that has like furnishings and stuff in it. Do you mean?
There's
Like
probably
an actual
already one
full
out there.
bank.
There's almost certainly going to be one already out there. But even if not, just a random tavern one would work the same anyways, generally.
Okay. All right. This guy comes in and he sits down at the bar and he orders himself a drink and he's looking around and he is talking to Sancho and he says, "I noticed that's the name of your guys' place. Is it Ghost Bar or Ghost Tavern, guys?"
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, me either.
Okay.
Toggo?
He says that
That's fine.
he says he comes in and he's kind of a really seems like not a very intelligent kind of guy, and he comes in and he says, "I noticed that your name of your place is Ghost Tavern. So is there any ghost here? Because we're always I'm part of a paranormal investigation team, and we're always out looking for ghosts." So, and he actually has a card which I'm going to share in Discord because it was kind of too big to share on here, so I'm going to pop it in Discord. Give me a second here.
Okay.
He shows his business card to Sancho and whoever else is sitting at the bar talking to him now. So, give me 1 second here.
You dropping it in the general channel? In your
Yeah,
channel?
I'm just dropping in the general channel. I'm slowing it up now.
Okay.
Sorry. Here we go. Coming up now. He says he's from a local paranormal investigation team, which Ghost Facers, and he wants to know if there's any ghosts hanging around here because the name is Ghost Tavern, and that's fishy to him. So
Since I'm standing behind him anyways, so he's between Sancho and I'm just gonna make a kind of neck chop motion to Sancho to tell him not to say anything.
okay. So he kind of he doesn't even nod or anything. He just looks at you knowingly, and he looks over at this guy over here, the man sitting at the bar, and he says, "We haven't seen any ghosts around here. It's named after the lion over there." And the guy turns around and he looks and he's like, "Lion? Is that a ghost lion or is that a real lion?"
Oh, why don't you go try to pet him and find out?
No, I'd rather not. This guy kind of seems like a big pussy. So he's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, thanks for the drink, and if any ghosts pop around, just let me know. My name's Stubert, by the way, and I'll be in touch."
Okay, Egon. Have a good day.
We ain't afraid of no ghosts, Scoobert.
Okay, guys. Now, you were all contacted. The Emerald Enclave contacted Akasha. The Harpers contacted Rav, and the Order of the Gauntlets had contacted Eldor. They told you where to meet with, if you're interested, of course, where to meet with the recruiter. So if you guys are ready, you guys can do that whenever you want to.
Yeah. So
Did you guys check it out? It's your guys' choice.
yeah,
There was an option for Yuji, which there was 2 nights though, so you can either do yours today or tomorrow. And then the other 2, they just had to go to the location that they were told, so that's not really time sensitive.
That's what I was going to ask then. Like, are they specific? Like, if they're not time specific, then we can just pick which one of the 3 we want to go to first, and just all to go together, so we're not splitting the party.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely welcome to go together. And I think I was already telling you guys, but it did say in the manual thing that you guys can help each other, even if you're not part of the same guild. So, yep, you guys can definitely go with each other to meet with the recruiters too, if you'd like.
Okay. So which one do you guys want to do first?
I'm down to help with either one of yours. I think mine's the Hall of Justice, so if you guys want to go somewhere else, let's do it.
Well, yours is time sensitive, so.
Is it?
You
Up
mean
to, up to,
mine, yeah. From
Yeah.
there's 2 nights that it's playing, so it could be either day. But it doesn't matter. We can do. They're not going to take the whole day, I imagine, anyways. So we could do both of yours, today and do mine tomorrow. Which might session-wise that might be next week or something like that. But it doesn't really matter to me. We can just flip a coin, flip a 3-sided coin. Anybody got a 3-sided coin?
Yeah, no. Well, where are the places that we need to go? Which one's closest?
Yeah, we could just do it that way.
Okay. Let me double check.
I didn't bring the map up. I forgot. Let me grab that.
All right, the meeting for the Emerald Enclave for Akasha, babe, is Falconmere, which is in the southern ward.
Okay.
So,
Actually, I don't know where Troll Skull
Southern.
even is on this map. Let me see if I can find that.
so southern ward for Emerald Enclave for Akasha.
We're in the northeast, so we're in the north ward, like northeast of the north ward right now. So quite a ways on basically the far side of town.
All right, and for the Harpers, that is going to be in the Castle Ward. So
That's in the
because
center.
it doesn't actually say that that's where the play is at, but still we'll just say that that's where the play is at too. But that's where the contact for who is going to be at the play, but that's where their main base is, I guess, is in the Castle Ward. But we'll just say that the play is over there too, just to make it easy.
Sure.
And Sako. Savra was the lady that came to meet you, the human female knight, and the Halls of Justice in the Castle Ward as well, west of the market. So
Okay, I know exactly where that is from the map here. Well, that would be the closest one then. So, you want to head there first?
Sure.
Sure.
okay. All right, so you go there, and Savra is waiting there for you, and she asks if you are interested in joining up with the Order of the Gauntlet. They are about keeping evil away in all of its forms. They, don't like undead, anything like that. So they are all about banishing evil, and so usually people with your type of skills are what they're looking for. So.
Who determines what is evil and what is not? It's subjective.
Yeah, well, sorry, I will have to look in more. It doesn't really give me very much information here. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't worry about it, G. You're fine.
So
It's
it's actually
Go ahead. Is
no,
there?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, is there a blurb that would be her interaction? Because usually for most things, unless this is something that the little side ones of if it was that separate little book thing of all the separate side quests and things like that, if it was in that, they may not have it as thorough. Usually the books though will have a little blurb of this is the information that this NPC knows, and this is what they how they'll try to convince somebody or not, things like that. So if it's not in there, then you just improv from that and then go from there.
Yeah, in this one, it doesn't say anything about that. It's just a general rundown of how you would join and everything kind of thing, and it's just a basic description of Savra, your contact for the guild. So
is this out of the book or is this out of the side material stuff?
No, this is actually out of the book.
Okay. They probably don't give a whole lot of information, though. They probably expect the DM to kind of flesh that out a little bit, is my guess. Is the side mission for the Gauntlet then, is it predicated on accepting that? Or is it like, here, go do this mission, we'll pay you for this, and then if you're interested, you can join kind of thing?
No, this one would be, you would get your first mission after joining the Order.
Okay.
So.
Well, in that particular case, that's up to Eldor as a character. Because in this specific instance, if Eldor is not interested in joining this guild at all, he doesn't know very much, and if they haven't, provided any any hook, I guess, that he'd be interested in joining for, then he wouldn't necessarily join. If he doesn't join, then we don't have that side mission, which is totally fine. Like, we can always do, the other side missions and so on, or you as the DM can alter that a little bit and just, adjust it, saying this is essentially a trial run. If you go and do this mission for us, we'll pay you for your time and so on, and then if you're interested, then, we can look at joining in. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, well, Savra, when she is talking to you, says that essentially when they say evil, they just mean things that are unnatural, like undead, stuff like that. Of course, everybody has a different opinion when it comes to humans or humanoids, what's evil and what's not. But she says that the one thing that they do need help with, which if you accept and joining the guild, your first mission would be to go pretty much investigate and break up a fight between some Xenarims and some Xanathar guys, and she knows that from poking her nose around and everything, she knows that your team has been scuffled with them a few times. So I mean, it's up to you if you wanted to help with that. So
That could be useful to see if we can get any more information out of him, Eldor.
Yeah, it sounds like it's keeping the peace, but an opportunity to also get a little clout with them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, could be worth it.
Yeah. All right. We'll accept the mission provisionally. We'll see how it goes.
all right, and let me share this little thing to you guys. That's a rundown of the mission. So she got word that the Xenarims are actually paying other just random street thugs and gangs and stuff that are not even affiliated with the Xenarims or anybody else to attack Xanathar people in the field war, just to stir up shit, just to start fights. And it's happening all the time. And so what they want you to do is try to get to one before it starts or right when it starts, and see if you can break it up and call in the guards again or whatever, or break it up, or at least and stop them and let them know that there are people that are willing to stand up to them. So
Just out of
stop the fight, essentially.
Just out of
So we're
curiosity, go ahead, Sako.
I was going to say, so we're there to keep the peace, but also to send a message that it's no longer tolerated.
Yeah, because they're obviously getting out of hand, and the Order of the Gauntlet is going to step in and try to assist, with the violence and everything between the Xenarims and the Xanathars.
This sounds like it should be City Watch work. Like, why is the Order of the Gauntlet stepping on the City Watch's toes?
It's the City Watch, again, as you guys had noticed before, is almost when you met Captain, I can't remember what his damn name is.
Staggett, I think.
Staggett, yeah, Captain Staggett. When you guys had met him, you kind of got the impression that, I mean, obviously they want to keep order, but it's easier for them to kind of just let the gangs kill themselves off, kill each other off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're not exactly going as hard as they could, and the Order of the Gauntlet sees that. So.
I know the City Watch's stance on it, at least according to Staggett. I was just curious what her explanation would be as to why they feel like it's okay to essentially be vigilantes.
Yeah, well, they get stuff done if the officials won't do it. So.
Well, then Eldor can apply to be Batman. We can go check this out.
You guys can change the name of the tavern to Wayman.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll head out to the field ward. Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry, I just have to step away for just like 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No problem.
You can keep going.
Alright, so we'll just say that as Sako is doing that, you guys are traveling out to the field ward.
Field ward is... I don't see it on the map. I'm guessing it's the thing that's on the far east, like east of the map, because that's where fields and stuff are, where the farms and everything are. Just outside of the walls. Oh no, it's not. It's way in the north. Okay, so it's actually north of where we are, like where our bar is. Oh, yeah, the Watch doesn't patrol this area. It says, newly built and though not an official ward of the city, the Watch doesn't patrol this area. Field Ward is home to folk of all walks of life who lacked coin enough to hire lodgings or own buildings in Old Waterdeep. It's a slum in some places and struggling middle-class area in others. It's a noisy, lively area that is home to poor elves, half-bloods of all sorts, and dwarves who are determined to get the respect they are sure they deserve.
Okay. Cool.
So that's probably why it's being sowed there, just because there's, little Watch presence. And the names of the streets are things like Chop Street and Stench Alley and Gawain Knife Street, and Shanty Lane.
And why doesn't the city want to incorporate this part?
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
come on.
Yeah. And Salt Pork, Burnt In Street, Flip Coin Alley. Like they're pretty on the nose with their stupid ass names up here.
Okay, apologies, I'm back.
No problem.
So the area that we're going to, Sako, where where this is basically is the field ward, but it's basically like slums and very low middle class, like lots of noisy things, crime. City Watch doesn't patrol the area, that kind of stuff. So that's part of why.
A little bit of a ghetto.
A little bit, yeah. It's basically like they don't. The Waterdeep doesn't really even consider it part of the city, except it's inside the walls just barely. So.
Copy that. Watt Avenue, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m.
See how many streetwalkers we can find.
Okay. Hang on, your size of my screen here.
Sure.
Now I'll have a map for you guys.
Do we have a map coming up?
Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah, there's plenty of good, like already fixed up Troll Skull Manor maps, G. We'll get you one so you can
Okay.
we can use that for the future.
Okay. Alright, you guys are walking down the street in the ward there, and you guys do come across some guys yelling at each other. There you see 4 guys that you recognize, or excuse me, in black leather armor that look kind of familiar. You seem like you've seen these guys before, and you do look and see that there is snake tattoos on their arms. So you're guessing
There's Zents.
they're Zents.
Do we recognize any of the individuals, or you just mean we're recognizing the garb and the tattoos?
Just the general look. You don't recognize the actual
Okay.
people, but you've seen the black leather armor and the tattoos before.
Okay.
These eyes them, and they are arguing with some other guys that.
You haven't given us
So
the
you don't
map
wanna
yet,
change
which
music
is
here.
which is fine too. But one, we need to reset the combat tracker so that
Okay.
our initiative orders are reset, and then also the round is reset. So bottom left corner, hit the menu button, and then it's like reset or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
You can do it manually too if you just delete the round number and move the arrow,
Okay.
and then we'll roll initiative too, of course.
You know, we never did ask if we were supposed to keep these guys alive.
Yeah, I mean, all they said was put a stop to it. If we kill everybody, it'll stop, right?
We know a ghost guy, so if they do die, we're good.
We could always, and plus, before long here, I don't know if you can yet, but before long here, Eldor will be able to talk to the dead anyway, so we could always, let God sort them out kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember B? Yeah, got a question for you.
And they are arguing with who's not featured on the map. Guys that are, you do see guys with a couple of eye tattoos on them, and so you are guessing that they are arguing with Xanathar's guys, which is exactly what you wanted. But when you guys come up, sorry, I'm trying to make it bigger, not spinning. When you got the Xanathar's guys see you, and they just leave, they walk down another alley and get out of the way because they don't really want to get involved with whatever the hell's going on, especially with that giant lion over there. So, because they actually, they didn't know if you guys were helping the Zents or not, so they actually escaped. Seeing other guys coming behind them. So,
And they're
these guys,
appearing aggressive to us.
yeah, they at first they didn't see you guys because they were talking to the Xanathar's guys, and when the Xanathar's guys ran away, they looked up and saw what was going on, and they saw the lion, so they all, pull their, because they were getting ready to pull their weapons out anyway, so they all pull their weapons out, and then they say, "Who the hell are you guys?"
Gotta keep your voice down when you get the lion.
He's got sensitive ears.
Okay, did I get the reset on the combat tracker, Reggie? Or do I need to?
Yeah, but we need to.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay, there you go. We need to, everybody, well, assuming that we're going to go into combat, we need to roll initiative, of course, and then that'll change the initiative order.
Okay.
Ghost was dinged up. We've had long rests since, so he's probably, since the last fight. Where was Ghost even injured?
When we attacked Woody, he got thrown up against a
Oh,
wall.
okay. Well, that was a week before, because we spent about a week repair, so he would have had long rests by now, so we should all be fully healed now, too.
do that in the combat tracker?
Yeah, bottom left corner G.
Okay.
I think it's the menu button. You click that, and then there's like a circle, and there'll be like
There.
circle and cone. It'll say long rest or short rest, and so on. Just apply a long rest to us. There you go.
There we go.
And that also clears the initiative order too, so we're all good there.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to change up the music as well, if you got battle music ready,
Yes.
and we'll do initiative rolls here. Assuming, I mean, this is Eldor's bag, so he can kind of take the lead on whether we're going to fight him or not. But
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to go ahead and stop it.
oh, I forgot to do my advantage on it, but I got a natural 20 on initiative anyway, so.
Nice. Yes, they look up at you guys and they have their weapons out, and they're just like, well, fuck it. We'll just fuck with you guys instead. They start coming at you.
Get in there!
Get in there.
Alright, let me find something better.
Are these guys with, do they have crowbars and, or not crowbars, clubs and, that yell gets really annoying. That one's totally fine. He'll just yell occasionally. It's like, it's fine. Just leave it on that one. It's kind of funny anyways.
I was gonna say, I can probably find that yell and turn it down.
Yeah, it's one of them, and if you find it, that's fine, but he'll do that yell every once in a while. I think that's like Bugbear Battle or something like that. But these guys have crossbows and clubs?
Yes, they all are a mace and a crossbow.
Okay.
Light crossbow. I believe it's a light. Let me double check. But yeah.
It'd either be light or hand based on how they're holding it from the token, but depends which
Okay,
token you
actually,
use.
heavy crossbows and a mace.
Okay, so heavy crossbows are two-handed only, and meaning that they wouldn't be able to use both. They'd have to use one or the other, so he'll have to stow the club, and then to reload takes both hands as well. So basically, they could reload and fire, but that's all. They wouldn't have anything else as far as actions are concerned. It'll say it in their list though, so you can just use their action commands. It'll tell you.
Okay. Rav, it's your turn, sir.
Then.
And you guys can place yourself a little bit different if you want to. I'm just, your marching order, whatever. But you guys came in from that side, so.
5, 10. I can't quite see here. Here, I'll just do, there we go. All right, well, that's 35, so I wouldn't be able to quite make it to them anyway. Then in that case, I'm going to come up to the corner here to still give a little bit of room for Akasha and Eldor to get by, so I'm not blocking, and Ghost, so I'm not blocking the alleyway, and then still potentially be able to use the corner for cover if I needed to. So I'm going to run up to the corner here. I'm going to throw a dart, I think, to try to bleed. Probably this one over here, actually, number 2.
Okay.
So hang on. That one I have to, as long as I hit, then he has to make a DC 16. So I'll throw a dart at him.
Hang on, turn that down a little bit more. That part's loud.
Some of it will be, like the rest of it's actually pretty quiet, but it's not that bad. In fact, actually remind me, and the settings, the adjustments that I made on the laptop, I'll have you do the same thing on your Discord, and it'll kind of normalize the sound a little bit. 23 to hit on slug number 2. It hits. All right. Then in that case, he needs to make a DC 16 con save.
Okay.
So you'll see it right there. Did it say success or fail?
He succeeded.
He succeeded. All right. Then all it is the initial bleed, and then the damage here.
Nice, nice. So you come stepping out, kind of a little halfway behind the corner, and see him and throw that dart at him. Got pretty good.
I used the wrong one.
Did that?
I used the one. I used the successful bleed one. Take that effect off of him, and then it's 1d8 that I need to roll still for the bleed, which is an 8. So 8 plus 6 total. So add 8 more damage to him basically.
Okay.
And that is, as a bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some fire. It's not a heavy poison, but a smaller poison. Oops, I didn't.
Okay,
I
I took that bleed off. There's supposed to be something else I was supposed to put back on.
Nope.
Okay.
The effect is basically if he failed his Constitution save, if it said failure, not success, then he would be bleeding every round on his turn. But it didn't, so it's basically just does extra damage. The initial hit does extra damage, which is what that D8 was, and that's it.
Okay.
And then I step back around that corner so that they don't have line of sight on me.
All right, that dagger was a nice gut shot. He's still moving, but he's bleeding. He's bloody. So.
Cool.
almost bloody. Excuse me. So. All right, and any
That's it
bonuses
for
or
my
anything else?
My bonus action was to
Okay.
apply the poison to my spear, and then I step back around the corner.
Okay, and Eldor, it's your turn, sir.
All right. You were hitting thug number 2, is that right?
Yeah. He's got a dart sticking out of his belly.
All right. I'm going to move forward slightly and cast Bane on these 3 thugs.
Okay.
Hey, there you go, G.
Hey, there it is.
Yep, so your auto effects are good.
6 and 8 failed, 7 succeeded.
So go ahead and apply Sako untarget 7.
All right. Looks like it automatically untargeted 7
Oh,
for
good,
me.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a setting that Ben has turned on. So just click the effect now, and it'll automatically apply it to Thug 6 and Thug 8.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
When that washes over them, they just seem like they're a little slower, not quite as competent as they should be. The 2 of them that missed. All right, any bonuses for you, sir?
I'm going to just take a step back really quick.
Okay.
There you go. Ready to go.
All right.
Hit that down arrow, Sako, on the combat tracker. There you go.
Akasha, it's your turn, babes.
Alright, so for Hail of Thorns, because the one that I target gets the arrow damage, but the 2 next to him get the 1d10, so do I target all of them?
Well, target all of them for the... Is the attack... Like, you still have to make an attack roll, or is it a save that they have to make?
It's a save.
Okay, then target all of them, and then click the cast button so that it sees whether they save or not. So 2, 6, and 8, G.
Okay.
Okay. Well, 2, 6, and 8, does it say, success or
Let's
fail?
see. 2 failed, 6 failed, and 8 let's see. Failed. Okay, yeah, all 3 of them failed. Nice.
Okay, then in that case, Becky, you would just, target them individually to apply whichever damage you need.
Well, it has the 1d10 piercing damage separate, so just do the damage for the bow on 2 then?
Yeah,
hit the
so
other two
yeah,
with the
exactly, and then just hit the other one for all 3 of them.
Alright, that.
Cool.
So that's 4 damages that would apply to all 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
then that, well,
And
there's
then
my 1.
another 5. Well, with your modifier, another 5 that goes to thug number 2. So G, did that work correctly? Did you see 9 damage applied to thug number 2, and then 4 damage applied to the others?
It is.
It looks like that on our side. We just can't tell for sure.
Okay, it didn't hit 7, but he was too far away, right?
It was 6,
Yeah.
8, and 2. That's it.
And-
So 6
yeah,
and 8
6
should
and
have
8 are-
4
yep.
damage,
Mhm.
and then 2 should have 9
Yep, and
damage
then-
plus the dart wound from earlier.
Yeah, and 2, after taking that arrow too, he's looking, he's definitely bloodied. He's pretty beat down. He's still alive and dangerous, but he's definitely beat down. And the other 2, a nice little scratch. I mean, nothing too serious, but they took some little thorn shrapnel popping off of that arrow. So, nice
Cool.
shot, and now it is Fish's turn.
Not a fish.
He's a fish. He's a dog. He's like everything other than a lion.
Alright, yeah, his movement speed is 50, so...
Oh, dang.
He can pounce too, because he's charging in that direction. So if you want to use his pounce thing, you can.
Yeah. Alright, let's do that.
There's a lot of room for that.
So...
He just has to
Cast?
jump the last 20
Or
feet or
just
whatever
if?
it is. Well, yeah, click the cast, I think, because don't they have to make a dex save to not get knocked over by him or something?
Let's see. Yeah. DC 12 strength save.
Okay, so hit the cast button to see if he makes the save.
And he fails.
All right, then you can apply the prone effect to him, where Ghost just charges at him, jumps through the air, paws into his shoulders, knocks him backwards, and then can bite his face or whatever.
Slams him down on the concrete there, or cobblestones, whatever the hell they are.
Alright, and then... This doesn't do damage, does it?
I
know
don't
if
think
you can
Pounce does, but he still gets his attack.
Yeah, he can make a bite attack, is what it says.
Yeah.
Okay. So dude slammed down, got a big old kitty on top of him, and that bite does hit.
Yeah, he gets advantage because he's
Ghost
prone.
goes with
Because Thug number 2 got knocked prone, so.
Okay.
Gets a good bite into his neck, and he's looking like, I mean, if he has a chance, he can get up, but he's almost toast. And it is his turn, by the way. So is he restrained, or is he just knocked prone?
He's just prone.
Just prone.
Yeah, is that how it's described as just
Yeah.
prone, right? Yeah, so he can still, like, basically Ghost would have hit him and then jumped back, as opposed to standing on top of him. Like, that might be something, you know, you could upgrade later on with leveling, like maybe when he knocks him down, he'll pin them, that kind of thing or something, but...
Okay. Yeah, so Ghost knocked him down, get a good bite on his neck, and dude's not too good, but he stands up. Or half his movement, but he's not going to move much. He's just going to see if he can hit Ghost. So, let's see. Okay. Then with his mace.
This guy's taking a beating.
And he didn't even do it. He got multi-attack, so he's going to try again. One went over his kitty head, and the second one went right over his kitty head. So this guy is just too delirious. He's lost so much blood. He just tried to hit the big old black cat and missed him. It's number 6's turn. And he sees Ghost over here, right next to him, attacking number 2 there, but he's not a big fan of being pinned next to, you know, a big giant lion, so he's going to move. And Ghost, does he get opportunity attacks?
Yeah,
I'm assuming he
he's
would,
a
right?
creature. All creatures get them. So
Yeah.
it's up to Becky if,
So-
if you know she wants Ghost to use it or not, because she could, you know, Ghost could ignore it, and that would be up to Becky to choose.
Yeah, he'd probably at least take a swipe with his claw as he ran by.
Okay, so go ahead and hit him with the claw attack if you want, because Thug 6 is just, he's going to go after you guys, but he'd watch out for this, missing it. He's running.
The hit
Did you have him targeted, babe? Because
It was a
rolled an
15.
attack, but it,
just check it.
Okay.
Check the Thug's AC.
yeah. And it does hit, so go ahead and roll the damage, please. Just drop it on the sticks there, and nice little claw, though. Just a couple little modifier on there, too, so gets a little slash on his leg as he's running by.
We'll have Ghost join the natural ones.
He should.
He'd be an honorary member.
Okay. And he is going to stay there because he doesn't want to get, you know, running up right in the middle of you guys, so he is going to try to use his crossbow to see if he can hit. Oh, shit. So he puts his mace away as he runs his crossbow out both hands, fires a bolt, and misses. Nice bane on there. So, and let's double check. Yep, it's only melee attacks. So that is it for his turn. It's 7's turn, who is kind of trapped back here. So he's kind of just.
You can probably fire over
Thinking about-
with a crossbow.
Yeah, he's looking around. He's like, okay,
can
he's
get a
gonna
shot.
give it a try. He's like, okay, well he saw you duck behind the corner, but he can't see you from there. So he's like, all right, he's gonna see if he can hit the biggest target he sees. So, yep, 45. Yeah, okay. So he's going to put his mace away, pull out his crossbow, and see if he can. Oh, and he got you. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is the one that didn't have Bane on him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the back.
Cheated. Yeah.
He sends an arrow at you. Doesn't hurt you too much. Just gets in your arm, your shoulder there, and looks like your concentration is still up though for Bane. He was not able to. He didn't hit you good enough to make you get dazed there. So Bane is still up. Now it's number 8's turn. He's gonna. He's gonna sneak past his friend over there. And would you, from that angle, would you have what, like a quarter cover, Holmes? Or is that
Well,
even
the
cover
corner
all
right there
without
would be
the
pretty much
bonus?
half cover. Yeah, because the corner of that building, I'd have half cover.
Okay. He sees that you're there, and he's thinking, well, shit, he's gonna give it a chance because he looked over and he knew that you were hiding behind there, and so he didn't want you to jump out and surprise everybody else. So, what would I give disadvantage? Because it would be half.
Half cover is a +2 bonus to AC and Dex saving throws.
Okay.
So basically, you make the
Do I get-
roll. Don't roll any damage. Just make the roll. Well, the thing is, normally, just for simplicity's sake, for you for right now, click the -2 down in the bottom left corner
Okay.
when you make his attack roll. Normally, you wouldn't want to do it that way. You'd actually want to adjust the AC of the target because there are other benefits that could be, like shield, for example. Like if I had the shield spell, then that +2 of the half cover and shield could make a bigger difference. But anyways, in this particular case, I don't have anything that is altering my AC, so just use the -2 for now.
Okay.
Actually, with his Bane, it would be, works out better anyways for me, so.
Yeah. And he, again, half cover, not even all that good of a shot, and he sends that arrow and it hits the wall to your right.
Cool.
Well, to your left, so where you're facing, and he's like, God damn it. And it is a new round. Alright, while you get going, G, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go FK. I'll be right back.
Okay. What you up to today, Sako?
Yeah, nothing much. I'm just gonna kind of go invisible until I watch that last episode of Game of Thrones, so kind of disconnecting from everyone after today.
Don't want to risk somebody spoiling the ending?
Yeah, I don't really watch it until Wednesday,
Yeah.
but
It'll be a
I was
trash
thinking
fire
maybe-
anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if you wanted to, since you're so close, we could watch it up here, but it's up to you.
I'm watching it with a friend tonight anyways, but I mean, we can hang out and watch it if you want. I've already seen it. I'm watching it tonight, but on Wednesday or something if you want, just let me know.
Alright. Figure it was 9 years in the making and kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, this last season's been pretty goddamn awful. Did you see the petition, the change.org petition?
Yeah, everyone's doing a damn petition for everything.
Yeah, they're fucking retarded. Don't get me wrong, but it's amusing that it was 500,000. It was like 550,000 or something like that yesterday when I first heard about it. So I'm sure it's accelerated since then because like the news picked it up. So it's probably 750,000 or something by now. But anyways, like that number of people signed a petition saying that they should HBO needs to scrap this season completely, hire competent writers, and redo this season. That's what they're asking for.
Season 8 Mulligan.
Yeah, exactly. A do-over just to fix how badly the showrunners fucked this up. And what's funny about it too is that the contract that Disney signed with Benioff and Weiss was before all of this, but they just announced it a couple weeks ago, specifically trying to get as much hype train off of that as possible because of the finale to Game of Thrones. But the Disney deal is for them to make an entire trilogy of Star Wars movies from these guys, from Benioff and Weiss, the guys that have shown that they could do adaptations great, but could not write anything on their own to save their lives. But it came out at just the perfect timing to happen right before all this backlash of how awful the season has been. So like that really is going to be tanking perception of Disney's future movies when it comes to this kind of stuff.
They don't need that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about the Star Wars part of it either. It's just funny that their resurgence of all this new generation of Star Wars stuff was kind of predicated on having capable writers. And so they had these guys, the Game of Thrones guys were supposed to be making one trilogy, and then a guy named Rian Johnson, who I think he did some of the earlier ones, he is making a separate trilogy, and they were supposed to be making them at the same time. But Rian Johnson, I don't know, his stuff could be good, but because I've liked a couple of the newer ones, I didn't really know what's going on too much because I didn't follow the longer story of it. But he, apparently is a good filmmaker. But the Game of Thrones guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. So this will be funny to see kind of this comparison of good movies versus bad movies coming out at the same time.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna hop around the corner. As soon as he took a shot at me, I kind of leaned against the wall to make sure the shot missed. I'm gonna bounce around the corner and try to whack him in the back of the knee with the butt end of the spear to try to trip him. So I'll need to make the attack anyways, but it'll be a DC. Well, I'll have the attack here in just a second actually, so it'll auto roll. For my martial strike, a 17. Does that hit? Okay.
It does.
Then there's that.
So
Did
it's a
he?
trip attack.
Yeah, it's trip attack. Did he succeed or fail?
No, he failed. So
Failed?
that means he's on his ass.
All right, then
So-
that is 8 is now knocked prone. Let me add the damage for my martial strike. And then now that he's knocked prone, basically whack him in the back of the knee to kind of force him, knock him over, and then spin the spear around and just try to jab him in the neck with the butt end or with the sharp end of the spear.
Okay. And
There is that. A 26 to hit.
hits.
Hits.
Got it. Oh, number 2's not prone anymore. He's still back.
14 more damage to him. 24 damage in one round to this guy.
That was good. And knocking him over and getting that good spear jab on him, he's looking like he's not long for this world. He's about as beat up as number 2
Cool.
over there. They're profusely bleeding.
I'm gonna hop back into the corner that I was in. He'll have an opportunity attack against me, but it'll be a disadvantage because he's prone. So he's basically trying to swing at me from the ground.
Okay. And so he tries.
Oh,
to...
I didn't apply my poison damage. Sorry. That is.
Okay, then
That's
he
an
might
extra
not make
2.
it.
It's just a flat 2 more damage. So
Okay. Well, he's still alive, but
Okay.
it's very
Go ahead and-
close.
if you just want to add the 2 damage to him, then
Yep.
on his thing. But yeah, go ahead
There
and
he
make his
goes.
attack.
And he is trying to. Okay, it was on there. He's trying to swing at you with his mace after you knock him over, and he's obviously pretty dazed. So let's see.
Prone, bane, and poison. This man's not wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this poison doesn't give him the poison effect. That would be disadvantage on top of the -4. It just is a damage add basically.
Yeah,
I have
well,
other poisons
all
that
of
do that too, but what's that?
Well, that was working just fine because it was not even close. So
Cool.
missed.
That is it for my turn.
Eldor.
All right, I'm going to pull out my light crossbow. And I'm going to aim it at 8 to finish him off.
All right.
He is laying down now. This gets a little bit tricky, G. How this works when a target is
It's
prone.
disadvantage because he's laying down. This is
Exactly.
missile attacks.
Yeah, if it's a melee
So-
attack and they're prone, you have advantage. If it's a ranged attack
Yeah.
and they're prone, you have disadvantage because they're like a smaller target essentially.
You know
So
what? Didn't even think about
6
that.
is
But you can just
standing
run up and
if
club
you
him,
want to.
Sako. Yeah, sorry. go
Or
ahead.
6 is standing next to him. You can hit 6. I don't think.
Yeah,
you
6
can.
is standing up.
I'm going to shoot 6.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to stand where I am, 25 feet away, shoot 6 right in the neck.
All right.
I just drag that black thing next to the thing, right?
Yep, you can drag it over and drop it on him on the map, or you can target him and then double click it. It'll work the same way.
Yeah. And 6. Let's see. That would. And that was number 6. Let's see. That did not hit. It missed him.
Boo. All right.
AC
I'm gonna
11.
move back.
Got 6. So.
You could, Sako,
Okay.
if you wanted to. You still, like, since you used your action to attack, you could still, run up and then stab the one that's on the ground or something like that as a bonus action,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
since it's a light crossbow.
Yeah, I'm only 25 feet away, so I'm going to run up and finish off number 8.
All right. He's still taking a nap down there in the ground. So.
And then, if he's dead, you can hop back that extra 5 feet without taking opportunity attack anyways.
Yeah,
Sure,
I don't
yeah,
think I'm in the range of 6.
Yeah.
But 8's on
So
the ground,
then,
so yeah.
Dagger, I see 2 daggers. Any dagger I could pull over?
So the 2 that you see up there, one of them will have a little sword icon and one of them will have a little arrow icon, right?
Offhand and regular, right?
Okay, then you look for the ones that have a little sword icon to the right of the hand. You see that?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so then the hand icon, click the hand icon until it shows the offhand version. I think it'll be red, I think.
Yep, got it.
Then drag the die over or just double click it since you have him targeted. And that'll make the attack. There you go. He's knocked prone, so 12G.
All right, and it hits on number 8.
Okay.
And I seriously doubt he's going to live through this. So roll your damage, please.
And that one, you just double click the die to the right. There you go.
Yep. And he is. Dagger goes right
I'm
through
gonna-
the neck, finishes him off.
Move back 5 feet here.
That's a
Okay.
bit more than 5, but yeah, that's fine.
All right, and you. No, that would have been your bonus, huh? Doing your offhand thing.
Yeah, that was a bonus
Yeah.
to do his offhand attack.
All right, then we come to Akasha. So, and actually, when you're, as soon as it's number 7 sees his friend over there get killed, and he yells at, "Who the hell are you guys? Who the hell are you working for? Why are you attacking us?" Even though they attacked
We're just
you,
keeping
but
the
still, that's
peace.
what it's keeping the peace, huh? All
Through
right.
murder.
These guys are human, right?
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot my. God damn it! Yeah, I had that bonus damage too.
Oh yes. Yeah,
That's what I
sorry.
was just looking at.
That's not your.
That
That's not
was
your.
fair.
Yeah, that's not your question to remember, G. That's mine and Becky's.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, they are. So now you can use that, of course.
Yeah, and I still have Hail of Thorns up, so try that. Oh shoot, I forgot to hit the other guy. Dang it. Hang on. Cast it
That
again
one
on
failed.
that guy. That guy.
7 failed. 2 failed.
Sweet. Great. There's that. And that.
2 is toast.
And he
And
gets that. And that's it.
all right. So nice hit on that one too. So 2 is toast. And let's see. That was 7. Yeah, a good hit on 7 too. He's is officially bloodied. So yeah.
10. Well, Ghost is gonna go up and make an attack. Let's do bite attack. Wait.
I'm just taking these guys off here, but they are still laying there. Their bodies are too. And
You can always take tokens that are not in the combat tracker. That way, they're not muddying up the combat tracker. So you can just grab like a little body token, like a dead body, and drop them on there too.
okay.
I'm assuming that misses.
I'm sorry. Yes, I did miss, babe. Yeah.
Alright, that's it then.
Or you can do stuff like this, like putting a circle where they were, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, there's number 6's turn. He just saw that his friend got killed over there. And he's like,
He just watched a
What the hell's
giant fucking
going on?
furball come in and gut his friend with a knife.
and then he sees that the other one over there, his friend is getting attacked by the cat over there. So he's gonna just say one more time. He's like, "So what are you guys, just Robin Hood? What the hell's going on? Why are you attacking us here? Why do you care if we're causing fights?
We're paid to.
Paid by who?"
Not your business. You're gonna be dead in a minute.
Just all right, fine. Ain't got nothing else to worry about anyway. So
He's gonna charge the giant.
yep, 'cause he doesn't care. He
Poor
wants to die.
tactical decision.
All right, so he is going to see if he can hit the big giant guy with his mace, and does not. And he's
At this point, Eldor is gonna let him know
Right,
that this is
and-
gonna end poorly.
yeah, very poorly, and it doesn't work. And so he kind of just has this, charged energy on his face when he comes running at you and misses twice, and now he kind of just has this look on his, just kind of hangs his head like, yeah. So it's 7's turn, and he sees there's some crazy cat coming after him, so he is going to run his ass away. So you will get an opportunity attack on Ghosty. And that did hit.
Alright, so that and favorite enemy. So
Nice.
Does
So,
Ghost get
I
your
don't-
favorite enemy thing?
yep.
I think he does, doesn't he?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So he gets a
It
nice
makes sense.
little slash.
Since it's a ranger thing, anyways. Yeah, that makes sense.
When he's turning around, Ghost just paws up and slashes him right on the ass. And dude's running
Did
away,
that?
so I already did 5.
Did that add the damage for it?
Doesn't look like it.
Should I drop
No.
it on the guy then?
I can just add 2 more.
Yeah, and then the effect is sitting on Ghost still, which means that it didn't count the roll. So I would say, yeah, probably
You
just
didn't have
manually
it
add it.
targeted when you did the attack. I just looked at the DC or AC. I'm sorry. So
So
maybe
Ghost
that's
has
why I didn't
Thug
apply the
7
damage
targeted right
directly.
now.
Okay, because the damage went there. No, yeah, because does he have a modifier of +2, or was that the favored enemy? Because it was 1 + 2 was the damage for 3.
Yeah, 2 is already
Okay.
his modifier, so it should have been 1 +
Okay.
4.
Yeah, then there I added the extra 2, but it did not do it automatically. No. So
We'll just need to remember to do it.
okay. 20. Just hauling his ass out of here. And new rounds. Rough.
How wounded is 6 that's in front of me?
He is. He's taking a hit, but nothing serious. He's still fully mobile and not even bloodied. So.
And how wounded is 7? You said he's bloodied, right?
Oh yeah, he's beyond
Okay.
bloodied.
I'm gonna leave 6 for Eldor to smash. So I'm gonna run by 6. So 5, 10, 15. Obviously, I'll have an opportunity attack from 6. 20, 25. It's hard to count the stones here. 25, 30. I'm gonna get to here, and then I'm gonna throw a spear at Thug 7's back. Go ahead and make the opportunity attack if you want from, assuming that 6 is going to try to swing at me as I'm running by.
See if he can get a cheap shot on you. And he does not succeed. So, carry on.
All right. Then I'm going to throw my spear at 7's back, which I can't get anything special to. You know what? Actually, I'm going to trip him as well. So I'm gonna try to. So if I hit, I'm going to trip him so that he's knocked over.
Okay. And
16
hit.
hits. All right. Then it will be the trip attack damage, which he's knocked prone again. So actually, I don't know if he was knocked down at all before, but now he's knocked prone. My trip bonus damage, mark off another superiority. My poison damage, my human favorite enemy damage, all these extra damage adds, and then the spear damage. There we go. 17.
He didn't like that one very much.
That's what I was hoping for.
When he tripped, he
sounded like a
didn't
yawn.
just trip, he died.
It did.
He's tired.
It was a
Would've
gentle
taken that.
murder. It was a very gentle murder, Sako.
It was.
All right, so spear just sticking out of his back. I have to go get my spear back, so I don't have it on me anymore. And no bonus actions at the moment.
Okay.
I could dart him. He's probably too far away. He's 30. No,
You could
I could.
interrogate him as well. That's pretty wicked.
Yeah, that's probably smart. I think I'll. Yeah, I mean, I could probably dart him. I would have disadvantage on it because he's outside of range, but I'm just gonna leave it like it is because I need to go get my spear back too. Eldor's turn.
All right. How weakened is he? Does he look pretty bloodied up?
No, I mean he's taken a couple of good hits, but he's still pretty healthy for the most part. Still fully functional.
I don't know how this would work, but is there a way I can just choke him and interrogate him while holding him?
Yeah. So, what? Like grappling and intimidation?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. Now you can always keep in mind too, Sako. You can always do non-lethal damage. So basically, you can still hit somebody and still do your full damage, but just specifically state that you want it to be non-lethal. The idea being that you would get them down to 1 hit point essentially and not kill them.
Okay, that's I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
Then I'll do a non-lethal attack then with my dagger.
Do you have your staff on you? You got that staff. Didn't we add that to your inventory?
Yeah, which
I
is
have
dex
my
You can use
based.
whatever you want.
dagger, and crossbow on me.
You bought that quarterstaff. You picked it
Yeah.
up from the shop. I think Ben just didn't add it to your sheet yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that must have been what it was. So we can just do that now.
Yeah, if you want to.
If
G,
you
go
want
ahead
to.
to search, click items, search quarterstaff, and then drop it on him, and then we're going to make an adjustment. I'll walk you through how to change it, because it's by default will be strength based, and you're going to change it to dex based.
Okay. And can we make that the +1 but not magical like we were talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
because he bought like a mastercrafted one, like a particularly exemplary crafted made.
So just drop it on his thing first, and then we'll adjust it.
Drop it in inventory, on his inventory tab,
All right.
and then go to the actions tab.
All right, there it is, and actions. It said refined quarterstaff.
Okay, and then click the info button to the right of it.
Unlock it.
Yeah, hit the unlock, and sorry, it's not the info button, it's the magnifying glass. So close the info button, click the magnifying glass.
Oh, so sorry, what was that? Erase where it says magic under properties?
Yes, under properties, change that, delete the magic part. And then just below that in the attack section, tell me when you have that done.
Okay. Okay, I took the magic off there. Is that it for the...
No, there's
on the same
still
screen?
another change to make. So first of all, does it say versatile in properties?
Versatile 1d8.
Okay, good. Then under attack, where it says stat, change it to dex. You just click the box and it'll change. You just keep clicking the box till it shows dex.
Okay, I don't see attack on here, on the screen.
You click the magnifying glass to the right of the quarterstaff, right?
Oh, I clicked the red button. There we go.
Okay, so click the magnifying glass.
All right.
And then under attack, you see the attack section?
Yeah.
Okay, so click the stat box where it says that. It'll probably say strength. Click it once, it'll change it to dex.
Okay, so we want a dex, right?
Yep. And then where it says bonus, put 1 in there.
All right.
The star should be lit up, right?
It is.
Okay, and then down below where it says damage, leave the dice like it is, and then where it says mult x stat, change stat to dex.
Okay.
And that's it.
And then it says magic on there too, so I'm taking the magic off.
Take
so
the
it's
magic
bludgeoning.
off, yeah, and change it to bludgeoning, or just bludgeoning.
It is.
Okay, that's
So
it.
I think that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, under my weapons thing, I see a lot of weapons. Do any of these need to go away? I see a quarterstaff, crossbow, dagger, and mace.
That's all correct. If you get rid of some of
that's
them,
fine.
like if you sell your mace, for example, then you would get rid of it. The dagger's in there
Okay.
twice because one version of it is for throwing and one version is for stabbing.
Okay, sounds good.
And if you want to, you can change the name of that socket. You don't have to have little stars on there for refined quarterstaff. It's up to you. I think you can
Alright.
change that yourself, right?
Yeah, you can change the name. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, if you want to.
All the stats would say the same, so you could delete it. Like if there's asterisks or whatever, you could delete that.
Now it's there like it's supposed to be. So, sorry about that.
No problem. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just give him a good shove right in the chest with the staff,
Okay.
and non-lethal damage.
All right. And you are successful.
Yeah, definitely delete those asterisks. That's annoying.
It is kind of annoying.
Oh, Sako, that was one-handed. If you were intentionally going to be using two-handed, click the little hand icon and change it till it shows both hands.
Oh, there you go.
And it
Okay.
would do up to 2 more damage. So it would be 6 damage, G, if you wanted to just add 2 more to that guy.
All right, so that was a nice little whack on him. Kind of takes the breath out of him. He's like, I can't breathe, and he is not quite bloodied yet, but he's definitely would be bloodied if you were being lethal. But he's hurting. So, any bonuses for you?
At this point, as a bonus action, can I start a grappling move or anything like that, or is that not bonus?
That would normally be your whole attack, Sako, but I
Okay.
mean, I would say just for the sake of fun in this one, go ahead. It's up to
Yeah, you
to
can
Ben.
just put your hand around his throat. I mean,
Yeah,
Why
pretty
not?
much assume the interrogation pose with my monstrous hand around his throat.
You can start the
Alright.
interrogation for sure. That's free action. So I mean, if you're going to try to intimidate him into answering, then you can do that. Like that's a free action to talk to him.
yeah, you can roll an intimidation if you want to.
All right, let me do that really quick.
He's just too much of a gentle giant, apparently.
Yes.
Could you please tell me?
Here, let me just jab you in the chest with my stick. Now, would you please tell me like what I wanted to know?
He knows you can hit pretty hard, but he's still not really too scared because, again, he was the kind of guy that just came rushing up after all three of you guys, so he's not exactly scared. But
All right, that works. We could burn parts of you off later.
all right, and it's your turn, honey.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna hold my action for in case he attacks somebody.
Okay.
And
Does he have an
then
arrow
if
trained
he
on him?
does, yeah, I'll shoot him in the face with an arrow. Well, maybe not in the face, but... Alright. Ghost is just going to sneak up behind him and start roaring to try and intimidate him.
Roll one, Bibs.
Alright.
He is pretty mean looking for a fish cat.
Or not.
He goes up and goes, "Rrrr," and just does like a little like half meow and kind of like starts wagging his tail a little bit.
Wagging his tail. Cats wag their tails when they're like annoyed or contemplating doing something evil, not like a dog. Dogs wag their tails when they're happy.
Oh, well, he is. He's just
a dog?
Yeah. Well, he's thinking he might, but he's looking at it. He's like, well, this guy ain't gonna be no threat anyway, so might as well just mess with him.
That guy might be lunch.
So he's looking around and he knows it's not going good. So he's like, I already tried to talk. What the hell do you guys want? I was asking you who you guys are working with. What the hell are you messing with us for?
Eldor?
We're trying to find out exactly why you guys are starting trouble.
We just do what we're told. And there's not always enough of us, so we've been paying other idiots to help us out, having them, get themselves hurt or get themselves arrested by the city guard. But, we got a reason to hate the Xanathar Guild, and we're going to keep fucking with them, so.
Who's sending you guys to mess with the Xenagard guilds?
Give me 1 second here.
If we're like pausing combat while this conversation's going on, I went over and grabbed my dart out of the one body and my spear out of the other.
Spear. Okay. Okay, and on here, it doesn't give me any more information on the side quest, so he doesn't know. He's just was paid to take orders. He took the orders.
Who's paying you?
Oh, the Xenarim. He's part of the Xenarim, so they weren't even really paying him. He's just part of there, and well, they pay him a little bit, but he's part of the gang. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. So
This guy seems like he's too low level to have any useful information there, Eldor.
then the guy that told him to do it is dead over there on the ground. So
Who was his boss?
he doesn't know. He just knows that his friend came in and said, hey, we got this mission, or we're going to go start trouble over here in the field ward. We're going to go pay some people to do this, and then we're going to go fuck around. So he just went along for the ride. He doesn't know much. He's kind of dumb.
All right, I'll let him know that if he has anything useful to tell us, he should probably tell us now, because useless things go away quickly.
He says, don't eat yellow snow.
Draconis, finish him off.
you mean Dracaris? Is that what that was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good. It was just funny. It was still the right, it was still the right terminology, just the wrong word. That's all.
So Ghost spits out a giant swarm of bees out of his mouth, and it stings him to death. My girl style.
Can't see without his glasses.
Alright, guys. So, you have 4 bodies here, and I'm sure, well, okay, there are 4 bodies here, so are you guys just going to skedaddle? You guys gonna check through their stuff first, or are you guys gonna, move the bodies out of the way?
Well, people still live here. This may be an alley that, reputable people probably aren't walking through, but we'll at least let's pull them up into a corner, so that they're, not right in the middle of the street, so that if a kid's walking by, they're not necessarily going to see them. We'll probably pull them down into this corner over here or something so that they're out of the way, rifle some pockets, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, pick up my arrows.
Yes, okay. And Savra did say that trying to send a message, so obviously you can have some class, but you do want to make sure that people know that the Zents were stopped.
Yes.
They might not know by who, but they do know that somebody is out there doing something about it.
Anybody
Pile
have
them in
any?
a big.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just pile them in that corner that you're talking about, and just put each other's hands down everyone's pants. That's it.
All right. So you
Um,
guys put him. So
The just to make sure that there's a clear lesson. I think I'll just use a knife and I'll cut off an ear from each one of them, and then grabbing some of the bent nails we have left over, I'll see if I can nail each one of the 4 ears lined up in a row, basically on the wall above where we leave the bodies.
okay. So they would. Yeah. Go ahead and. I guess it's an honest question. Would this be the kind of thing where you'd want to roll a sleight of hand, or just?
No, it's just a body. Yeah, it's a still
Yeah,
body.
I
It's not
didn't
moving.
think so.
Yeah, I mean, at worst,
fuck that up drunk,
the
so.
only thing that would come out of that potentially is if I rolled a natural 1, and then it might be that I like nicked my thumb while I was cutting an ear or something like that. So pretty much a
Okay.
non-issue.
So, all right. So hands are down pants, ears are up on walls, and one of them has bee stings all over him. And, well, I think they're probably going to get the message that it's a little bit different. That maybe Xanathar's people didn't do this because there's claw marks from a cat and poison applied to a body and stuff. So I think it's.
And I
don't
doubt
think everyone was
Xanathar's
exactly
people
the same as
nail
Xanathar's.
ears to walls.
So yeah, that's true. They probably pull out eyes, nail those to walls. So, rifling through there, it didn't say anything in there about loot. So, what would you think, just for coinage? G, roll like a D20 or something.
It would be very minimal. Like it basically wouldn't be almost certainly no gold
These guys
because
have
these people wouldn't have stashed it, but probably a few silver and a few copper. So I'd say like grab 2d10, roll it twice. The first number for silver, the second number for copper, that kind of thing. Something small.
Okay. All right, 1 silver and 5 copper. So
All right. So throw that in the
guys
party.
didn't have much. Okay, and that's under characters. There's a party screen, right?
It's the party window, top right corner. It's the 2 people icon.
Ah, okay. We will add that.
And then, if they didn't have any kind of like,
There.
notes of orders or something like that, like a piece of paper showing some orders or anything, if there was anything of interest or other value, then that's basically it for these guys.
Yeah, just the rest of their stuff. Their weapons are not anything fancy. They're mostly old and not in that great a shape. And again, the standard black leather armor, but again, nothing too special about it. So just a few pennies on these guys. They're lowlings. They don't have much on them. But I did
Okay.
drop that into the parcel coins. So that's where it goes for the party inventory, right?
Yep. And then we can
Under-
divvy it up once
cool.
there's enough to split up.
Yeah, so there's 1 gold, 2 silver, and 6 copper in the party inventory right now.
Cool. Now, is there anything else we need to do, Eldor, or would she just, Sav or whatever her name is, she just wants us to report back after we cleared up the streets a bit?
I think she just said resolve a fight and get back to her. So I think the fight has been resolved, and let's just see what she has to say.
All right, guys.
I don't know if we need any proof that we've solved the fight or anything, but
We've got enough blood on us that's probably will show, and we can tell her where the street is to come find the ears if she wants.
that's true.
And I'm sure word will spread quickly, so I'm sure she'll know in the next day or two when she starts hearing whisperings and shit on the street about it. So
If you
and then
want,
she
I can
knows-
cut the
she
other
knows that
ears
obviously
off.
You guys lied. So if you guys want to take something back,
Yeah,
just
we
don't
can
wait.
I can take the other ears. We could use those as proof. Leave the ones nailed to the wall and the other ones in our pockets. I've got a
I
wet
think she
sack.
would believe you guys, so it's up to you guys though. I don't care.
With all these ears, someone's bound to listen.
It's true.
Just not these guys. If he had listened, maybe he wouldn't be dead. All right, so let's head back to change the music G, and then we'll head back to Savra or whatever her name was. I didn't
Okay.
write it down. SOVRA, SAVRA.
Let me double check. I think it's SAV,
Okay.
and it is
I think it was SAV.
SAVRA. Yep.
Okay.
And she tells you when you guys get back there. She says, so is everything? Did you send a message? Did you find any of those assholes out there fucking around with each other?
Yes, message was sent, and I'm sure they'll hear us loud and clear.
She says, "All right. Well, so what happened? Did you, did any of them live? Did they give up? Did you have to kill some of them? I mean,
Yeah, they put up a fight, and the message has been sent. They're no longer with us.
she looks over at Ghost and says, yeah, I'm sure they probably got the message. All right." And she says, "Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And then there will be something new for you too, Sako, because I don't know if I was telling you, I was telling everybody else, for each individual guild, there's a side mission per level, and you guys are welcome to do them with each other. And so there's a second and a third level one. So there will be another one for your guild as well too. I just don't have that prepped yet. So, I mean, if you guys want to, we can do this on the next session, or we can carry on with the main story. But again, you guys are level 3, so you guys will have 2 each, again, depending on if you guys join different guilds. So.
Well, if they're intended for levels, then it would probably be, do them in the later chapters, unless there's something in those chapters that, like if we're, stuck in a dungeon for the whole chapter, so we can't do them or whatever. It sounds like they're probably intended to be done at each chapter, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming you would do it sooner, because you could have started this at level 1, so you could have potentially.
Oh, I see.
Well, you guys would have been level 3 when you got to you guys would have been level 3 when you got to this place anyway, because you were supposed to, again, based on the recommendation, if you level for chapters or whatever it is, not for experience points, So you guys would have had 2 set up for each guild already. So
Okay.
a level 2 and a level 3, because I'm pretty sure you guys would have been level 3 by the time you got here, because that makes sense for the story wise.
Well, we can
So,
always come back to these after the fact, or like do some of the story and then do some side missions or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you guys just let me know, because if you want to, after we're done today, just let me know if you guys want to, next week, if you want to carry on with the main story, or if you want to do your guys' other side missions, because it's totally up to you guys. So that way I'll know
like that stuff, by the way, like Sako and Becky, I'm sure you guys kind of recognize this by now too. It helps a lot when the DM has an idea of where you guys want to go, where the players are going to go next, so that you know what to prep for. Otherwise, you end up having to prep for everything, and that's very time consuming. So, it's just, although it may seem like it's kind of adding some extra barriers a bit on what our characters are choosing to do, it makes it a little more cohesive and a lot easier on the DM if the DM has an idea of what's happening next. So, if we
It's
Maybe
okay.
prep.
What's Sako?
It's kind of like a prep thing, preloading a level, kind of.
Yeah. So, that'll help Ben a lot since he's brand new. I mean, this is his 6th session now, so I mean, he's doing great, of course, but it's still learning how to prep stuff efficiently. So, then if that's all that Savra has for us right now, do you want to go check out Akasha's mission? See what the Emerald Enclave have for her?
Okay. And then actually, Savra tells you that how it works is you have what you get are renown points. When you do this, it works for each guild. This is out of stuff too. But Savra says you build up renown points with us when you successfully help us with things that we ask you to do. And she says the whole point of being in a guild is to have friends. If you help us, we'll help you. So again, the more renown you have, the more we would be willing to put our necks out for you if you ever needed help in the future. So this is a mutually beneficial relationship. You're not just doing things for us, because as you can see, I doubt those idiots had much money on them. So I mean, we might be able to give you some more money in the future, but our assistance could be your reward and can be very beneficial. So
Sounds like a plan.
I want to make an insight check on Savra. What I'm wanting to know is, does it seem like either her or members of the Gauntlet are involved in the intelligence community in Waterdeep at all?
Insight, please.
There's specific information that I need, and I don't want to ask questions unless I have a reason to believe that person might have an answer.
Okay.
14. Oh, sorry, I should have rolled that entire.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, pretty decent though. So let me double check, because there is some background stuff on here. So
If it doesn't seem like she or the Gauntlet have any connections with the intelligence community, then that's not a question that I would ask of her.
okay. Again, it doesn't say much here. I'm assuming I'll have to read farther in, because like I said, I haven't read the entire story yet.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming they probably do, because I seriously doubt that these are just random things, and if they're getting involved with the Xanarims and the Xanathars, that's probably a yes. But if you
Well,
want to, you
that's
cannot actually ask that question yet, and
yeah.
I'll get more information for you before you actually do.
I don't think
But
that she would, only because basically the intelligence community is Xanathar, like the underworld essentially. The Zentrum probably too, but Xanathar specifically, the Beholder Xanathar, is essentially the intelligence community in Waterdeep. And since she's in essentially in opposition to him, which I mean I would be too, but there's information that I need that Xanathar would probably have. I'm just curious if if there was somebody else that would be, let's say, easier to get to, then it would be more reasonable to start there. But I doubt she would. It sounds like they're pretty much the good folk, the good side of things. So probably unlikely to have the information I need.
from what you got on that insight check, your impression of the the building that you're at, the recruiter headquarters or whatever you want to call it, and everything, they do seem like they're mostly on the up and up from what you see. But Savra was telling you got some insight when she was telling you her backstory, and that you think that she must have done something that she seems like she's trying to make up
Redeem?
for something. That's
Yeah, she's
why
trying to
she's
redeem
here.
herself?
She's trying to redeem herself. And she tells you that her last name is Bella Branja. Damn it, can't talk today. Belabranta. Can you write that in there?
Belabranta, okay. I don't recognize the name, I assume.
No, I don't think it would be anything that you guys may have heard the name before, but they don't seem. Actually, no, you probably have heard the name. I'm sorry, because she says that her family are actually a noble family here in Waterdeep, and that they raised griffins for the Griffin Cavalry, and she, let's see, yep, for the Griffin Cavalry, and okay, and she says that you got already this impression anyway, but she was saying that some things have happened in the past that she's trying to make up for, and so she hopes that the Order of the Gauntlet can help her with that. And if you guys had anything that you had to atone for, maybe they could help you make up for that too. But you do seem like you can trust her. She seems trustworthy and everything. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not going to ask her for now, but I'll keep that in mind for later.
She thanks you very much and asks, so we got a new member in you, big guy? Looks over at you, Eldor.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing more of each other shortly.
She says that's great, and we can just hand wave it. But this says that there is a ceremony that involves you taking an oath with them to destroy evil in all of its forms. And when you take the oath, everybody wears a silver gauntlet during the ceremony, and then you are now part of the order. So, of the gauntlet.
Sweet.
Do you get a cool silver gauntlet too? I mean, I can pawn one of those for a good amount of money.
If it doesn't have
why the
6
hell not?
stones in it, it's not worth it.
All right, we're gonna head off to the Emerald Enclave.
Yep, if you guys are ready. And that was Falconmere, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Castle, right, guys?
Let's take a short
Double
rest
check.
first.
All
Yeah,
right.
because again, you guys are not. Again, you can go check out that opera tomorrow too, so you guys can take a short or a long rest. You guys can. Well, I guess it's kind of early.
Yeah, it's
Day.
still, it's probably only took half the day to walk over there and do all that. So let's take a short rest, and we'll check out the Emerald Enclave, and then we can go to depending on the time and what time the opera is, we could probably do the opera tonight anyways. Session-wise, that'll be next session, of course, but, for now at least. But if you would apply
so
that
you
a short
guys-
rest for us.
You guys gonna head back to the tavern and go take a short rest?
Yeah, I think so.
Go check on a ghost bar.
Or just, stop at a restaurant and eat, take a short rest or something. Eldor, if you wanted to use some hit dice to heal yourself, you can. Since
It's up to you, you got two.
took a small wound.
Yeah, which dice do I use for that here?
You just go to your main tab, and in the bottom center, you'll see it'll say HD. Just double click those dice. Just click it, do it once to see, that's how much it'll heal you. And then if you need to, you can click it again, or how many times you want. Fully healed?
Yes, I think
Cool.
so.
All right, then that's it. So you can save the others for later.
And then I get those back after a long rest. Is that right?
You get half of them back on a long rest. So basically, if you used them all, it would take you 2 days to get them all back.
Gotcha.
And then you only use them on short rests or in some special abilities, special items, things like that. You can use them. So.
Yeah, you guys are, obviously in the middle of the city, so resting shouldn't be too big of a issue for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you might come across something time sensitive, but for the most part, seems like you guys are able to do that. So you guys took a rest, and so what would that be? About 4 hours, Holmes?
No, short rest is 1 hour. It's basically
1 hour.
You
Okay.
go to lunch. You go to lunch and sit down and eat. That's your
Okay.
short rest.
And when you guys headed back to the tavern, Sancho tells you guys that he is Sancho again, and then he pulls out the money bag and gives you guys the profits for the week. And another question for you, G, what do you think would be a fair few gold a week, 10 gold a week?
Let's Google it real quick.
You guys do have people coming in, so I mean, I think you guys have been popular, so far, because you guys have guild recruiters coming in, and again, the more time you spend there and they see you doing stuff for the city and everything, then people are kind of curious as to who these new adventurers are that took up the tavern, took up the manor. So you guys are fairly busy, I'd say. He's helping out, entertaining, not being seen much. Sancho taking care of it, and we'll just assume that obviously you guys hired, servers and stuff too, wenches. So
This page here, I'll drop it in Discord, says that it's a D100 of gold every 10 days. So it would be about 10 gold a day. Or a D10 of gold every day. Remember, in Forgotten Realms, a week is 10 days. It's called a 10-day, not a week.
yeah, okay.
So, if it's been a week of operations, if he's dropping the week's worth and then rolled D100. And that's how much.
You guys are fucking rich, man. Look at that shit. You're making a lot of fucking money. Did you guys see that?
No, we can't see it on our side.
Okay, because I rolled 100 and you guys got 84, so.
Nice. So drop 84
Nice.
in the party, and then we can hit the split.
Okay.
And I actually need to drop by a post office type thing as well. What was the tube that we still have in there? Oh, it was the deed to Troll Skull. Okay.
Okay. Money is in the party inventory, guys.
All right. Hit the split.
85 gold, silver. Is that the arrow?
Yeah, the down arrow.
Make sure Ghost isn't in there.
Oh, yeah, make sure the ghost is not listed in the party. It doesn't look like he is. Right now it's just Eldor, Akasha, and Rav, so I think we're okay.
Alright.
Here we go.
Big monies, guys. Big monies.
At the post office, I am sending out money. Let's see, I'm going to send out 175 gold.
Okay.
Which will leave me with 199.
Alright. And are you putting return address and stuff on there?
It won't be necessary. Specifically, though, I'm sending it in 2 separate shipments. One shipment, I'm buying whatever it takes out of this 175. I'm buying a secure lockbox, a very secure lockbox, putting all of the remainder of the gold in there, so 175 minus the cost of the box itself. And then I'm shipping that box off to Velen, and then the key for the box I'm shipping with a different company, totally different people, not connected in any way, and I'm going to ship the key to the same address that way. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. And the postmaster says, Valen, you said?
Yeah. I'll tell you what it's for, but basically that's where it's going, is off to that place in Velen, which is, a few hundred miles south of here.
He says, all right, especially, with a precious cargo like this, it's going to take a little while to get there, but we will make sure it is in safe hands and delivered as requested. We are
Sounds
better
good.
than Wells Fargo.
I marked the money off, so I have 199 gold left now.
All right. And, okay, you found a lockbox. Do you guys want to, Akasha and Eldor, do you guys want to go get a lockbox there as well, too? Or did you guys want to go buy the bank, or what? Or are you guys just going to carry big monies on you? Weight-wise, I don't care. I'm just asking, are you going to carry the money on you? So, because you guys have quite a bit of money now.
Yeah, I'd probably throw mine in a bank.
Okay.
I'll probably get a lockbox for my room.
Yeah, I'd do the same. Lock it up in the Troll Skull, or in the Ghost Tavern.
Keep it in the manor. All right.
Oh, actually,
Akasha,
that is
what
true,
about-
huh? That's our that's kind of like our home base now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys own it. It's yours completely. So.
Yeah. I'll actually do the lockbox as well and lock it in the ghost bar.
Okay.
What I usually do, guys, you can do this however you prefer. What I usually do is at the bottom of my inventory tab, you'll see this is what I actually set up for you guys in the other sessions or in the other campaigns as well. You just haven't used it. But down in the bottom, you'll see your PP, GP, SP, and CP. The top right box, I just write stored, and then any money that I'm gonna keep that isn't on me basically that is going to be stored there, I'll just put in that. Just remember that won't automatically sort to that. That field will never be touched by any auto sorting or anything. So you'll need to manually take money out of it if you're going to use it, which does mean we need to go back to the ghost bar to get it and all that kind of stuff.
All right, I'll just make something saying stored at bar.
Yeah.
All right. And each of you are going to put your boxes in your respective rooms, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you guys going to keep your rooms locked when you're not there?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's just the only people that are going through there. Well, the people that are there all the time, of course, are Sancho and Woody, of course, and then the barmaids. So, did you guys want to hire any kind of security or anything, or just leave it as is and you guys take care of the security?
I think
So far, you
Woody
haven't had
should
too much
be.
of a trouble, but you are getting busier too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
It couldn't hurt. Like we could hire a regular bouncer, especially if we have spare room. Just give him a spot to sleep.
If you guys wanted to. And
Yeah.
Sancho seems like he's pretty adept with his hands.
Until he took that
He
arrow
could
to the
help
knee.
out too if he needed to. Yeah, but he's okay. I mean, his football dreams are smashed, but he'll live. So, God all Feisman.
Yeah, I'm okay
and
if
then-
most of the profits go back into the bar. I mean, that's kind of like our cash cow.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys are making good money anyway, so I'm sure you could afford to pay Sancho and go find some other guy, hopefully as big as you, Eldor, to watch the door.
Clegane.
You got any family, Furbolg?
Exactly. Get him a t-shirt that's like 3 sizes too small for him. Black t-shirt, you know.
That's medium.
You can stand out there with a little clip, with a little clipboard. I don't see your name on the list unless you hand me some gold. Nightclub. So, okay.
All right. Well, with all of the business taken care of, let's go head out to Akasha's meeting and see how that goes.
All right, guys. So, you guys were told to head to Falconmere in the southern ward, so you guys got a little bit of a trip on your hands. And when you guys are going down there, can you all 3 give me perception checks, please? As you're strolling the town, headed to the southern ward.
Should I do one for Ghost?
Please, actually. Just standard visual.
Alright.
So no bonus for Ghost. But... Poor Ghost, he rolled a 1.
Okay, he's definitely an honorary member of the natural ones.
Yes, he is.
We need to kick out Psy, and we'll bring in Ghost instead.
Ghost is just, he sees butterflies floating by, and he's, they're landing on his nose, and he's just enjoying the day. And
No, he's
Eldor
just
is
trying to find food.
okay. Eldor is just checking things out because, you guys have been in the city, but still, you might not have seen every single part of it yet or seen it too many times, so he's kind of just checking everything out. Akasha's kind of just paying attention to Ghost and making sure he doesn't try to gnaw on anybody's leg thinking it's a bone or something. But, Rav, you do notice when you look that you see somebody in a hood, a very small figure with dark skin, you actually saw the person twice, like they're trying to tail you in a way because you got a really good roll, but it's just one very small person, and they look like they have like darker kind of skin because it's light, so you look in under the hood, you don't really see a lot because it's kind of darker, like they have a face but it's darker skin. So
Small, like we talking like halfling height, gnome height, something like that.
no, just small humanoid kind of size, just not a real big person, but a humanoid size.
Okay.
Covered up in the hood, tunic, just very covered up, and then you think you see some white hair under there too.
Okay, so could be potentially like a drow or something. All right, then without, I guess I'll just whisper it quietly. How far back are they that I've seen this person twice?
They staying very far away. Like this time, you get the first time it was kind of like you saw it and they were surprised, and then the second time they bounced off to where you couldn't see them, and then the second time they kind of made it a little bit more obvious, like they wanted you to notice a little bit that you were being followed, but the thing is not reaching for not reaching for its belt, doesn't have any weapons in its hand, anything like that, so it kind of just looks at you and then dashes off again.
We're too visible, especially with Eldor, to sneak around a corner to try to spy out, to watch, basically, to get an idea of what they're doing. So I think, I mean, if it sounds like, yeah, if they're far enough back that they can't hear, like over here. Would you turn the audio up just a little bit, G? It's really quiet.
Yeah.
Then I'll just whisper quietly to Akasha and Eldor that we're being tailed, but it doesn't look like they're intending any kind of threat, so we should probably just stop and see what it is they want.
Yeah, you didn't get the feeling that they were threatening or anything. You didn't feel threatened. So you guys gonna wait a second, or are you guys gonna keep going?
I say we kind of bounce around a corner, like an alley corner, and just hop into the alley a little bit and just stop there and wait for that person to come around the corner, right in front of us, so that they're close enough that we can stop them if we need to, if they try to run or whatever. What do you guys think?
All right. So, let's see. Sorry, that part got loud. Do you want me to turn that down a little bit?
It's some of the Sirenscape background sounds, unless it's the specific ones for the mission, they're probably like better to just use like YouTube or something for background music. But the ones specifically for the Dragon Heist ones so far had been pretty good. So if you see the the DH ones that are specific for the missions or whatever, those seem to be okay. But it doesn't hurt anything. It's fine.
Okay. So you guys kind of pull around the corner, and you wait a second. You kind of just chill in there for a second, looking around to see if there's anybody, and then you see the person that was tailing you gets still not very close at all, and is around a corner and can get away if they need to. But you look closer, and it looks like it's a woman. Softer features, you'd assume it's a woman, and she kind of just looks at you guys for a second and just like stops, so that way acknowledging that you see her and everything like that. And she kind of just waves at you a little bit, and then she just dashes off.
I'm gonna throw my spear between her feet so that she trips over it.
Okay.
Just trip attack.
Trip attack. Okay, so just roll a regular attack. You don't even need a target kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can roll it, and you can just, if you have an idea of what her AC is.
Yeah.
I got a 10, so not a good throw.
Okay.
But if she's not wearing armor, that would still hit. Actually, if her dex was too high, then it wouldn't. Anyway.
That's what I was going to say, is that, no, if she is wearing armor, it's light, it's nothing heavy at all. Mostly covered, in a tunic and a robe and everything. But she was nimbly able to get away from it, and she just looks back and just runs off. Like, she doesn't even look like she's angry or anything, just runs off. So.
What do you guys think? Should we chase her?
Yeah, can Ghost go pounce on her?
Okay, she got away, but he would have enough distance, so yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the point, is we were standing there waiting, for her to come around the corner, so that if she tried to run, we could catch her, like that we were ready for it, or at least I was. So.
Yeah. So give it a pounce attack roll, G. So I kind of just like you did, just roll an attack.
Well, it's a strength save for a DC 12.
If he can catch her, his speed is 50, hers is probably 30 or less. So he can definitely outpace her.
Yeah.
So if he outpaces her, then
to you guys, but he would be close enough, basically, from where she was. If he gets this pounce attack, then he can catch her right before he finishes his movement, because she didn't get that close to you guys. But
he
can try, though.
The purpose.
He does. So.
Yeah, exactly. So he can run faster than she can, is what I'm saying.
So
but what the idea
he'll have
of going
one chance
around
to try to pounce her. So.
Sure. So the strength, I think it's a strength save that she has to make. Is that what it was, Becky?
Yeah, it's a DC 12.
So if you don't have a stat block for her G, then what you would do is you would just roll a d20, and then if her strength is, an average, if she's just average strength, then you would just use exactly what the d20 is. If she's above average strength, then if it's 12, you would add 1. If it's 14 or higher, you'd add 2, and so on. So, or if it's 8, then you would do -1, and so on.
Do a go ahead and roll your pounce attack, bitch.
Well, so that is it. What she just did is your saving is the pounce attack. So that number that you just rolled, if it's with the modifier, if it's above a 12, then she succeeded in kind of, shucking him off, basically. If it's less than a 12, then she's knocked prone by Ghost.
Okay, I get what you mean now. But yeah, she rolled really fucking bad. She rolled a 2. So, and again, she wouldn't be super strong strength modifier, so she'd have like a 0 or a 1. So she didn't get anywhere close. So your kitty is on top of her.
Sweet.
So, and I'm assuming he's just holding her down. He's not, unless you told him to attack her.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna keep her there.
Okay. And at first she startles, like, what the hell? And then she looks up and she sees the cat and she's like, oh, this thing's big. And then she kind of nervous, but she doesn't seem like she's overly afraid or anything. So, you guys going to get closer?
I'm going to go grab my spear and then go over to where Ghost has her pinned down.
Okay. And she says, I wasn't expecting to be caught. Nobody catches me. Well, good job, guys. Well, I'm assuming that you want to know why I've been following you, right?
I just look over to Kasha. This is kind of her bag.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Remember, you were also saw something too, honey, before. So.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah, and so she's like, yeah, I saw you guys before, been following you around. Don't really have much to tell you except for that you've caught the eye of the person that I work for. Jarlath Hall will be in contact with you guys one of these days. So.
What was that name?
Let me go find it again. I have to. It's Jarlath Hall, but I have to go back and find the spelling again because it's odd. So give me 1 second. All right, I will type it in. Bam.
Do I recognize that name?
It's Jarlaxle. I recognize the name.
Jarlaxle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a criminal. He's a criminal lord.
Yeah. So it's you've heard the name, but he's one of those things that one of those kind of people that very few people actually get a chance to meet. So I mean, you know of him, but you've never actually even seen him in passing that you know of. So.
And what does he want?
So
with
I'm
us?
sorry, Jarlaxle. He didn't say. He didn't tell me. He just he has his eyes on you guys. He notices when people start causing a scene, getting recognition in his city.
So you're being paid to tail us?
Yeah.
He just basically, I was paid to do this right here to let you know. I was just having some fun. That you're being watched. I just didn't want to direct you, or just wanted to let you know that we have eyes everywhere. That's why I was trying to be sneaky until this cat caught me. I'm faster than most people, but apparently I'm not faster than a giant black cat. So I'm kind of, my ego is hurt here, but I mean you no harm, just a messenger.
Is she
But
she a
yes.
drow?
Yeah, you'd assume that she is a dark elf, yes, because she has like a not black, but like a darker complexion, like almost black complexion like that, and white hair.
Okay.
So and elvish, looks pointed ears, looks elvish and elven, excuse me, and kind of just a petite figure, seems very fast and nimble.
And what's your name?
She says, "My name is Sheena. I guess I'll tell you." And I pretty much do this. I do what the boss tells me to do. Track people. Most of the time spy. Don't really like confrontation, so I kind of just watch for the most part. He likes my speed.
Out of character, real quick, is Jarlaxle connected with the Emerald Enclave, or is this just coincidence that that's where we were heading when Sheena was trying to tail us?
No, I don't believe so. I just wanted to introduce you guys because he is going to, obviously become important to the main story.
Okay.
So this part is actually just homebrewed because I'm sure eventually it would actually, in the story it'll tell you guys when you find him. He'll be in the main story, of course, for sure.
Mhm.
He's one of the main characters, But I just wanted to homebrew a little bit and kind of give you guys a slight introduction.
Cool.
So.
Good.
But yeah, so she doesn't know much, or if she does, she doesn't say much, and she's not going to. You can tell she's not going to say much, because she's just pretty much just the eyes and the messenger. She just wanted to let you guys know that you have got the attention of Jarlaxle, her boss. And again, she said referred to it as his city. So.
Alright, well, I guess I'll have Ghost step off of her, so he's not standing on her anymore.
She says thank you, because again, she's kind of small, so that's probably he probably outweighs her by at least twice. So she says thank you. She stands up and says, "We'll meet again, I'm sure. Just keep your noses clean." And she runs off. Sako, you said you got to stop by 3 today, right?
Yeah, still got about 15 minutes.
Yeah. So if you guys are still headed down to the Southern Ward, you can absolutely go meet up with the Emerald Enclave. Contact if you want to.
Yeah, let's.
You guys
I mean,
gonna
if
head
we
on that way, or do you
know,
want to do something else?
at least as much as can be started, anyways, before, and then we can pick it up next week.
Okay. So you guys are heading on your way there. Nothing else really eventful happens on the way. Still loud. Jeez. All right.
I'll put that in my notes too, G, to help you like with finding, unless this is one specific for Dragon Heist. A lot of I haven't found the music ones in the in Sirenscape to be very good, so usually I'll use YouTube or other ones that I already have downloaded, that kind of stuff, and I'll just use those for background music, and then I'll use Sirenscape for the sounds instead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. And so you guys carry on down to the Southern Ward, and you guys end up at Falconmere. Let's see. And when you guys are heading through there, you do see a little white cat walking around. Looks similar to the one that contacted you, Akasha, a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I guess just go up to it and...
Just go still hungry.
So you guys gonna go up to the little white cat?
Yeah, just let him know that I'm here to meet whoever I'm supposed to meet.
Okay, and he looks up at you and just kind of purrs a little bit, and then he walks up and rubs on Ghost's legs like the little figure 8, but like twice, front legs and back legs. Does that a couple times.
He's just gonna stare at him like, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you, man? And then the kitty kind of looks over, starts to walk away, and puts his tail up and wags it back and forth a couple times, and looks back at you guys and kind of moves his tail forward a little bit, like this way. You guys gonna follow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And when you guys are there, you get to Falconmere, and that's it says it's 1 block south of the Colot Towers, and it's a little compound owned. Let me see. Okay, you wouldn't know that yet, but the little cat takes you to a half-elf druid sitting there, looking through a spell book actually. As you guys come up, and the druid doesn't notice you yet, so you guys gonna say hello? The kitty walks off after he takes you up there.
Yeah, just be like, supposed to meet somebody here from the Emerald Enclave?
And the half-elf druid looks up. It's a guy. He looks up and says, "Oh, yes. Toonsis told me you'd be on your way here."
Who?
And the little white cat hops into a Hot Wheels and grabs a little drink, puts his little paws on top of the steering wheel, and drives off in his little Hot Wheels automated car. So and the druid looks up and says, "Oh, yes, nice to meet you, Akasha, right?"
Yeah, and you are?
My name is Melanor. Nice to meet you. I'm the recruit for the Emerald Enclave here. May I ask who your friends are?
They're friends.
And he looks up and says, "Friends, do you have names?"
I sure do.
Yes, sir.
He's like, "That's good to know. Maybe I'll ask the cat. Excuse me, cat. What's your name?" Maybe the cat can talk better and a little more polite than you guys are. So
He goes,
it
woof, woof,
actually,
woof.
Woof, woof.
he does. And then Melanor says, "That's an awfully odd cat. Don't think I've ever met one that barked before, and I've met a lot of cats before." He says, "Well, I guess you probably want to know why you guys are here. So, again, we are the Emerald Enclave, and we are all about preserving the balance of nature. And again, I know we're inside a bustling city, but still, nature does need to be taken care of. So we look for people that are helpful to that and are about preserving it. And you seem to be that way, Miss Akasha."
And what exactly are you guys wanting from me?
Let me see. Where are here? Oh, cool. All right, he says, I think I'll actually let my boss tell you. And you guys feel like a presence kind of swirl, like the air moves a little bit. And you see a shape kind of form. It looks like a female noble woman and just a spectral form. And she pops up and says that, "Hi, my name is Jareth. And let me see." And she says that she could use your guys' assistance, again, as Melanor said, to preserve the balance of nature. But we have a little quest, a little mission for you guys, a little task, if you wouldn't mind. And it definitely calls for somebody who is in touch with nature, if you would be so kind as to help us.
What exactly is this task?
We need information, but it's not a person that we need information from. And you're gonna laugh, but it's a horse that can talk, and it just doesn't really like to talk to most people. And we know it can talk, but it doesn't really want to. And so we're hoping somebody that has a nice affinity for nature and the natural order of things can maybe get Max to talk.
And what information are you looking for? So I know what to ask him.
Let me see. Shit, I'm sorry. That was actually the other mission, so I kind of spoiled that for you. You get to talk to a talking horse, gee. So, so
You can just
now
mix
you know
them.
what
Just blend them together, dude. You remember, there's no wrong
yeah.
answers with this. We don't know any of the stuff that you've seen, so anytime any mistakes you make, we wouldn't have any idea unless you told it to us. You can homebrew it all. You can improv it all.
I actually kind of like that better, because that would make more sense. Because I mean, this one is going to have to do with nature kind of too, but the other one is, it actually, no joking, is to actually get a talking horse to give you guys information. So I mean, that probably would be somebody, like a ranger druid type that would be better at that. So actually, I think I just will mix the two, because they're both the kind of thing that doesn't there's not a whole lot of story to it, I guess you can say. So it's like it'd be easy to mix them both together, because you guys would be out in a similar area.
Sure.
So you could just say that you might possibly, if you are lucky, come across Max the talking horse. So I guess you can say, if you want to, we can just hand wave the part where you went to the opera and got your briefing.
Well, let's still do it. So because I still want to see what it was be. So here's what I would say, and do this however you want to. But what I would say is that we go and we meet Melanor. And Melanor, tells us what he wants Akasha to do. Well, us to do with Akasha. And then before going to do that, we head off to the opera house. I talk to the people there. They tell us what they want me to do, and then we just go do both those things at the same time.
Okay. So what we'll say is that Jareth tells you, the spirit tells you that we're going to work together with the Harpers on this one too, because there's two things that need to be done in a similar area. So we're hoping we can kill two birds with one stone. The Harpers are the ones that asked for a nature person. That's why they came to the Emerald Enclave, a really natural person to, go talk to Max the talking horse. And then we actually have a much more dangerous mission for you guys, though. there's been farms out in the area there, providing all the food for the town and everything, and they've been attacked recently by a living scarecrow, believe it or not, who has been damaging property and scaring animals and even killed a few animals. No people have been killed yet, but they recently did start. Start killing some animals. So we're going to try to stop it before it starts killing people too. If you guys would be so kind.
Sure. Why not?
All right. Great. So let me share this. That was the quest thing for the Emerald Enclave there. And Jareth tells you that it's in Undercliff, and there's been the farms out there have been attacked. So if you go out there, it always comes at night. It never moves during the day. So the best thing that they can think of is just to go out to Undercliff and just camp, check the fields, and camp if you need to, and it'll probably come to you if you're out there long enough. So
You said Undercliff?
Undercliff. Living scarecrow's been terrorizing farms there, attacking animals and destroying property.
Alright, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Alright, and Jareth says, I think there is an item here. Give me 1 second. Okay, we'll have to pull this up and see what it is, but new members of the Emerald Enclave, so you, Akasha, will get a Charm of Restoration. It's an item that you get for joining the guild, and they hope that it'll help keep you safe when trying to get rid of the Scarecrow. So let me find that. I'll write that down, and I'll make sure that I get that for you before the next session.
Alright.
And then I guess it is 3 o'clock, so we can call it if you guys want to, and we can start next week. You guys can go to the opera.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good job, G.
Cool, guys. Thank you.
Everybody good for next Sunday is the 26th?
Yeah.
Yeah.